Hello, everyone. It's Kiki Strickland, the Matchmaker and Dating Coach. Today, I want to talk about men and their cell phones. I recently heard on, I believe it was a Strawberry Letter on Steve Harvey's show. And it was about a man writing in to say he had been engaged to this woman. And he found out that she had not only gone through his phone and his emails and something else of his, but she even was in his bank accounts and some other financial matters of his. They weren't even married yet. But what some of the men on Steve Harvey's show, nephew Tommy, and I believe Steve even commented on it himself, and there was another gentleman on it. I don't know who it is because I don't listen to that show regularly, but they were laughing and they were saying a man has to guard his cell phone with his life. Don't ever leave your cell phone out. And I know two of them are married, and they were saying, oh no, you're going to use your man card if you even have your cell where a woman can get to it. So they were joking, of course, but I do know that a lot of women, myself included, have checked a man's phone that you were dating or married to. And I want to talk about that. I want to talk about why that is. And I want to talk about what to do about it if you are one woman that feels the need to check her man's phone or her husband's phone or her boyfriend's phone, fiance's phone. So we cut men off. Once we get exclusive with you, it's definitely if we marry you, we are not talking to other men. We're not entertaining other men. Hopefully we're not even flirting with other men. But men in general seem to think it's okay to keep women around even after they're in a committed relationship. We know this, and we are looking to see if that's what you're doing. We also know men can be naive in some cases about women. They might think a woman is just their coworker or just their friend, but we can tell that the woman actually has designs on you. So sometimes it's not even about you, it's about them, who's trying to get in your ear and who's sending you stuff to your phone. But regardless of that, ladies, I want to talk to you because it really is a trust issue and it's an insecurity issue. And like I said, I've even done it before, and I didn't even really suspect my man of cheating. I just wanted to know if there was anybody who was doing anything suspicious, who was trying to reach out to him, maybe an ex. But if he has not given you any reason to suspect anything, then this should not even be an issue. Unfortunately, sometimes it just stems from either previous behavior or maybe like with my case, your mom might have told you, you can't trust men, stay on top of things. And that was based on her experiences or even maybe her mother's experiences. So this is something that really you and your therapist can work out. If you have trust issues, and they can show up in different ways, and that's one of them, feeling the need to check his phone. Now, I'm not talking about someone who actually is involved in suspicious behavior. And you guys out there know that some things you do are suspect. So don't be doing your dirt and then trying to claim she's insecure when really you're the one that's fooling around. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about if you have a good, trustworthy, decent man, yet you still feel the need to check up on him, to go by his job and see things or check the phone, then that is probably an issue that you need to work on within yourself with a professional. I'm a dating coach. I am not a psychologist, a therapist, a counselor. So that we could work together and find out if that's an issue for you. And then I would recommend you to a therapist that I know. All right. So the other thing I wanted to say about checking his phone is communication, of course, talking about this issue. If it is something that has gone on between the two of you, he knows that you check his phone, or you've asked him if you can see his phone. I even had one boyfriend who, when we started dating, he said, based on some questions that I asked him, that he was an open book, that, he didn't mind someone checking his phone because he had nothing to hide. Communicating about that is key, but then also, if you do realize it is an issue of yours, it is okay and good for you to go back and say, I apologize for doing that because it really was my issue and something that I'm dealing with. It's okay to let him know that you realize that this is an issue of your own and that you weren't accusing him of anything. You believe him when he says that he's not a cheater. You do believe that he is a decent man, and just apologize for having checked his phone. I think communication goes a long way, and these are the conversations that we're usually not able to have because it requires a level of vulnerability and openness that we may not feel comfortable sharing. I can talk more about that because there are some suspect things that go on. If you are dating a person and they never have their phone out, you wonder, where it is, or he's hiding it in the bathroom, or, again, don't go searching for it. Just ask him, why are you hiding your phone? What is the issue with that? Because sometimes they have been traumatized by a previous girlfriend who made such a big deal out of the phone, the cell phone. So they just don't even want to deal with that. So they don't even have their phone anywhere around, or they leave it in the car. So ask him about that. Why do you keep your phone in the car? And encourage him to be open with his experiences with cell phones and relationships. If he's very defensive about it, you have to determine whether this is a trustworthy man or not. If you are suspicious of him, if you don't feel like he's telling you the truth or being upfront, don't date him. You don't want to be in a cycle where you feel like you have to be running behind someone and checking stuff. Do not continue to date someone that you don't feel that you can trust, or if you feel he's doing something suspect. But if it's your issue, if you've never been able to trust anybody you've dated, then you need to work on yourself with a therapist or a counselor or a pastor who has a counseling background to deal with your issues of not being able to trust. All right, I hope this has been helpful. I'll be back with more topics like this one. Kiki Strickland, the Matchmaker and Dating Coach. Happy dating.